Good morning. So yeah, I admit it, I need a haircut. Time for a haircut. You know, it's a good idea. I just thought of something. Maybe I'll get a hair analysis. Good timing before I get my haircut. Well, why would you get a hair analysis? Well, the reason I'd get a hair analysis is because it measures the pattern of all my minerals and heavy metals. Well, what does that tell you? It just tells you how much minerals you have. I mean, what do you do with that? Well, it really depends on what type of hair analysis you do. There are some companies that just give you the minerals and how's you figure it out. So, what about the one that you're using? Well, the one that I'm using is from a company called Trace Elements, and they have hundreds of thousands of analysis. And basically, what happens is that the mineral pattern, your calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, copper, zinc, all the minerals and more, based on the amounts and based on the ratios of the minerals, indicates so many things. How your body's creating energy, how your body, what's the condition of your thyroid, or how is thyroid hormone interacting with the cells of the body? How are your adrenals going? How's the cortisol levels going? What's your mood like? What's your energy like? So it's really quite amazing. So are you trying to tell me that you get all that information from a hair analysis? I'm absolutely telling you that. That's what happens with a hair analysis. Must be a really expensive test. Well, actually, it's not an expensive test. With the test itself, plus the assessment, I only charge, and I'm going to charge myself, $195. Many tests out there, many blood tests, nutrition tests, are way more costly than that. And in fact, the difference between hair and blood is really interesting, because blood is a snapshot of what's happening right now. The hair is basically not just a snapshot, but it tells you what's been going on for the last 3 to 6 months. How your body's absorbing nutrients, how your body's excreting nutrients, and excreting heavy metals. So it really gives a lot of information. So what does one do once they get the results from the hair analysis? Well, what we do is that we will assess the hair analysis and make mineral recommendations, and sometimes vitamins, sometimes herbal, based on the results. And what we find is that in the next hair analysis that we get, the minerals are much more balanced, much more in harmony, which indicates the adrenals are doing better, the thyroid is doing better. One thing, did you know that when sometimes a woman, especially, sometimes men, but usually a woman, will have calcium off the chart? And sometimes even women say, oh, that's great, I have a lot of calcium, thinking my bones must be really good. But actually what that generally means is your body is not utilizing calcium. And that's getting stored in all the wrong places. The body will store it in the blood vessels. It'll store it in the organs. It'll store it on the walls of the cells. So basically people are becoming calcified. And guess what, when that happens, it prevents magnesium absorption, boron absorption, copper absorption, zinc absorption. Now the bones become weaker and weaker, and it prevents thyroid hormone from getting into the cell. So most people don't know, by taking gobs of calcium, they could be contributing to future cardiovascular issues, even bone loss, which sounds counterintuitive. Actually, in America, we have more osteoporosis practically than any other country in the world, and men and women especially are taking more calcium than any other country, sometimes 1,200 milligrams a day, with vitamin D, without K, and without other minerals. And this actually creates a disaster for the bones and the cells and the thyroid, even the adrenals and other organs of the body. So that's why I'm doing hair analysis. I'm going to check it out. Sounds good to me. Have a great day.